Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Craig and I live in the Philippines with my wife and son. Today is a very important day for me because it's the day that I get to thank you guys for getting me over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. Every one of you is appreciated. And if you are not sure if you want to subscribe, maybe watch till the end of the video, then you can decide. Thanks again. So getting back to the Philippines and how it all changed my life. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is roughly 2 weeks ago, I put a video on my channel about hospital treatment in the Philippines. And it got a lot of traction. A lot of people noticed it. And it went a bit viral. And what I meant was everybody commented. Well, not everyone, but there was a lot of comments. Almost I think it was 2,000 comments at the last count, including my replies. But my point is, what happened in that video made me sort of rethink. But more than that, your comments and positive and negative really made me think about what I was doing with my life. And I'll be honest, I've changed my life. You guys have changed my life. I've cut back right on the drinking to the point where, I might even give it up for good. That's how little I've been drinking, recently, the last few weeks. And, the negative comments, when I first saw them, I thought, I kind of felt a wee bit shocked. But what it did was, it made me think, as well as you guys with your positive comments, it really, showed me the love. And every one of you made a difference, and that was the first thing. Was that video? I'll put a link at the end of this video to the video if you haven't seen it before. That really made me sit back and think what I want to do in my life. So that's the first thing about the Philippines that helped to change my life. Now, the second thing is the friendliness of the people in the Philippines. I've been going to the Philippines since, I think the first time I went was 2012 or 2013, can't remember. I met my wife, just to give you a bit of background, I met my wife, or my future wife, in Malaysia back in 2011. And we ended up going across to the Philippines to our parents' farm. And I couldn't believe it. It was like everybody was just so friendly, welcoming. Everybody wanted to talk to me, hear my story. And it was exciting, I had never been in a place like it. I would say the closest would probably be Indonesia. But different level completely for, friendliness. So that's something that helped to change my life. The other thing about the Philippines is the respect that people show other people is second to none. I first saw something like this when I was in Malaysia, and at the time I would have been about 44, and I was on one of the trains, and a young kid, I don't know, a young teenager, let's say, he got up. There was no seats in the train, and he got up and offered me a seat, and I thought, hang on a minute, am I that old? But in the Philippines, it's the same, and it is a special thing to have that upbringing. It's an upbringing. It's not something that you're born with. And my parents were the same with me. When I was growing up, we didn't have a lot. You might look at me and think, ah, foreigner, you know, he grew up rich. That wasn't the case. We were working class, but my parents brought me up to be respectful and appreciate the food that we had. So hats off to your parents, because your parents and their parents have made that country what it is when it comes to respect. And that brings me around to our son, Kian. Now, he was born in the Philippines, but he was conceived in Malaysia. But my wife went back to the Philippines before he was born, and eventually when Kian turned 5, we decided that you know, he should go back to the Philippines to go to school and everything. And it's a long story, I won't bore you with the details here, but Kian is autistic. And it's tough, you know, it's more tough on my wife. But we decided that they would go back to the Philippines. And I had absolutely no qualms, no problem with that. In actual fact, it's what I wanted, because I want Kian to grow up in the Philippines. I want him to learn that respect. And I want him to be in that environment where people respect each other. You know, it's a wonderful thing. So, you know, I'm originally from Scotland in the UK. I wouldn't want him growing up there now. The UK has completely changed. I think the US is the same. When I was growing up, it was different. But nowadays, you look on the news and you see all the trouble. Yeah, there's trouble in the Philippines, more so Manila, but it's nothing like the scale of US and the UK. So really, that was why we wanted Kian to grow up in the Philippines. And you know, he's doing well. He goes to he gets special schooling, and he's really coming on. They teach him social skills, etc., etc. But I don't want to go too much into that just now. But that was another thing why I wanted Kian to grow up there. When I say there, I mean here, as in the Philippines. The reason I'm saying there is because I'm actually not in the Philippines at the moment. I'm over in the Middle East on business. More's the pity. I'm possibly going to go to Dubai this weekend, so I might do some videos from Dubai. And next month I'm going to be in Malaysia. So back in my old stomping ground. So look out for some videos coming up from Malaysia. The other reason why the Philippines, or how the Philippines changed my life, is retirement. So I'm retiring this year, and I don't have a lot of money. We'll have a small budget to live off every month until I get my pension, my UK pension, which will be 10 more years. But I decided that, you know, after reading all your comments on that, the post that you'll see at the end of this video, I sort of realised that there's more to life than money. Your health and quality of life. And in the Philippines, that's what you get. You get quality of life. And I've got absolutely no fears about being in the Philippines and having any health problems, because the healthcare there is as good as you'll get anywhere, I think. So, you know, hats off to the people that are in the medical profession. And I can say that because my second daughter, I've got 2 daughters in the UK from my first marriage, previous marriage. She's actually a nurse, and I know how hard she works. I mean, my other daughter does as well, but I'm talking about the medical profession, so I thought I'd mention that. And I know the Filipino medical staff are just the same, you know, absolutely brilliant. So the retirement thing, I'll be honest with you, this is the biggest change that's come from the Philippines, because I'll be honest, I really don't think I could afford to retire in the UK. And the Philippines has made it possible for me. We bought our house and we have a small monthly expenditure, which makes it possible. I also installed solar panels on the roof, which brings our electric bill down even further. It wouldn't have been possible if I had been in the UK to retire. Some of my friends are still like working and they're like in their 70s. I don't want to be like that. You know, this is the golden years. I'm 56. I'm going to be 57 on Valentine's Day. And, you know, 10 more years I get my pension. And I thought to myself, you know what? There's more to life than money. As long as we can survive. And this is the other thing about my wife, right? She's brilliant. I said, look, we won't have a lot of money to live on every month, but we'll have a budget. And she said, it's okay, honey. We'll survive. And see that attitude. That means everything to me, it really does. So, guys, once again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and take care. All the best.